Woohoo! We have success. All right. Okay, and I'm glad because I got a lot of things to say about this. So hold on to something. All right. We have a new couple. It's not official yet, but I mean, it's like this close. Um, Dario Remy and Dario Remy and Luna, new couple. Why? Because well, okay, I'm gonna use the name they give him now, but just remember that he was Remy before, and it's gonna come out like I said at some point. He was or is Remy, so keep that in the back of your mind, okay? But Dario was hired to fix the air conditioner in the mansion because apparently it was unbearable. And apparently in LA, you can trust somebody you just met off the street and invite him into your mansion and say, "Can you fix my air conditioner?" Now, I wouldn't do this, but I guess in Soapland you can do whatever you want, especially when you have Spencer money. Okay, so but we have two storylines here, so I don't want to neglect one for the other. All right. So Sheila, it's now nighttime. I'm trying to set the mood here. It's now nighttime, and Sheila is at the bar, and Deacon happens to be there. Which, yay, we got to see Sean Kanan. Great, I love him. Okay, so she's still talking about how she talked to Poppy, and she was drinking alone. She said Poppy was here, and she was drinking alone. And Deacon, in his great, Sean Kanan in his great timing, says, "Well, what'd you expect?" Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So, um, so then Sheila goes into Kimberly Brown, wonderful Kimberly Brown, goes into, well, yeah, but I feel bad because she doesn't have the same relationship. She can never have the same relationship with her daughter because she's behind bars. Now, I always say this, but you have to keep in mind that as the audience, we know more than the other characters do. The only people who know what's going on with certain characters are the ones in the scenes. The other ones are supposed to be on the periphery and not know anything yet. You have to go with that premise. If you don't go with the premise, it'll drive you nuts. Okay? So they still think she's in jail, and I'm saying, but she's not. And Sheila just got a new relationship, although she doesn't know, or more lineage, and she doesn't know it yet. So it's going to be bombshell and bombshell. Okay? And Deacon, trying to be the loving husband, says, "Well, honey, you know how you get with Ben. Sometimes you get obsessive and you've come a long way, and I don't want you to go back." And she says, "I'm not, but I'm saying it's my family, and I have to deal with on a daily basis that I don't get to see them. And they're always in my head. Like I'm always thinking about them no matter what." And so he was supportive, and they gave each other a hug, and that was it for the end of that storyline. Okay, cut two. Well, I'm going to do it in order. Okay, cut two. Dario is still in the house talking to Luna, which I guess they want somebody. Well, okay, I have two theories about it. I always have two theories. Either Luna doesn't understand the meaning of "don't tell anybody," and or she's losing her mind in the fact of being in the house for so long and not having anybody to really talk to besides Bill. And like she said, Bill's in another age group and another like group. because what he considers fun is not what she would consider fun. So when she gets somebody around her own age, she wants to talk to them, which is fine. But yeah. So now you put Dario Remy in another position because, well, number one, you're asking him to not tell people you're there. And number two, you're trusting him, which he's a stranger, to keep your secret. I wouldn't, again, I wouldn't do that, but okay. So, and I can see the relationship building, but um, Bill, Don Diamont is great, by the way. He says, "So what took so long?" And he goes, Rumi goes, "Well, the other machine had to do more stuff to it than I expected." So yeah. So then after that, he still didn't leave, and I'm saying to the TV screen, leave. Because the longer you're there, the more suspect Bill is going to become. Okay, so just leave. Um, okay. So then we have, he is asking, or basically telling Bill he's good at a lot of things. So he gives Bill his contact details. Now this is going to be the one that's kind of up in the air of whether or not they want to have Remy and or Dario, whatever, and Luna be a couple because if they want it, then they'll have more interactions. If they don't, then they won't. Now, it also depends on how they want to do this because, as I've been talking about for a while now, Luna has a lot of information coming down the pipe. She now has a father and a grandmother that she knows nothing about. So maybe, I don't know. Now I'm throwing out one theory out there. Maybe they're going to make her happy first and then drop the bombshells on her. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. So keeping Luna in mind because the next part of the story has to do with her. Okay. So now Steffi, uh, I don't know. I'm trying to decide how I feel about because like I always said, I try to separate the actor from the character. And I'm trying to decide if I like Jacqueline McInnes Wood acting or not. Now, yesterday I would say no because I refuse to believe that somebody can be that dumb. She just was not connecting the dots yesterday and it was driving me up a wall. Okay, so then we cut to today. Although it's still the continuation of like it's supposed to be at night, okay? And she is. I thought she was gonna leave Finn yesterday. She didn't, okay? And I was shocked. I was literally shocked. And then I was like, oh, okay, so what's gonna happen? And now she's still connecting the dots as to, oh my god, now Luna's your daughter, and she's Sheila's step or granddaughter. So, oh my God! And Hayes has the same blood. Do you think it runs in the blood like that? That whatever. I forget the word she used, but she said, "Do you think that runs in the family?" And he's like, "No, no. I'm gonna do everything I can to protect Hayes." And then she says, "So you're gonna protect Hayes from your mother and your daughter? Do you know what you're saying?" And I'm like, yeah, he knows what he's saying. But then also I was mad at her because she's like, well, she wanted him to be a certain way with her child, but when it comes to his child that she's not connected to, she doesn't care. She wants him to just throw her to the wayside. He can't do that. He can't do that and be the same man you want him to be. I'm sorry, sweetheart, that's not the way it works. Okay, either a man is like the same way throughout or he's not. And if he's not, then you can call him on it. But yet you want him to be that kind of way with your kid, but not his own kid? That doesn't make any sense. That makes no logical sense whatsoever. I'm sorry. No, yeah. And then of course they had the moment where she's like, I'll stick by you. I made a vow to you, yada yada. And I'm like, oh, okay. Ugh. See, now I sound like I'm like disappointed because I was. I was totally building myself up for like she was gonna lose her stuff, and she didn't lose it. She didn't let him have it. She didn't do any of that stuff. So then when she did what she did, I was like, what? I'm confused here because I've been watching Steffi for 2 years now, and the way Steffi reacts is the way Steffi reacts, and she ain't reacting that way. I'm confused. Okay. And yeah, for the most part, I would say if it was somebody else, I would say growth. But with her, for some reason, I can't get there. Okay, like with other people, I would say, oh yeah, okay, she's growing from that. Not with her. I'm sorry, honey. I can't get there with you. Hmm. All right. Bye, everybody.